Mistakes were made. Police caught on doorbell or security cams. Two things in common. Either the residents lived there for a short time, or the police made a mistake, and were at the wrong address. Either way, it doesn't seem like they did much of an investigation beforehand. Here are a few examples of some of these, quote, mistakes. A retired Houston police officer is speaking out after deputies mistakenly busted down his door while attempting to serve an arrest warrant for a man who lived at a different address. Luis Rodriguez said that he, his wife and 2 kids were at home when he heard deputies bang on the door and yell out they were looking for somebody named Curtis Rogers. Then, the officers smashed the door open using a battering ram. Oops.
And there's no Curtis Rogers that lives in this house. Sir, you have the wrong house.
Up to the time when they were coming through the door, I still wasn't sure that these guys were police officers.
I don't think you should open it. Yeah, they're busting our.
I told you at the door there was no such person here.
It doesn't work like that. Everybody, everywhere we go says he ain't here.
A video of a Pottsboro police officer removing a Joe Biden flag from a man's property while he wasn't home. Michael Prater, a resident of Pottsboro, Texas, uploaded a video of the incident on his TikTok account in which the officer can be seen pulling the FJB flag down.
Open the door.
For Laurie Lovis and her family, a frightening morning. Their Nest doorbell camera captured video of police at the front door of their Catonsville home.
Another Baltimore area family is recounting interactions with police who went to the wrong home to serve warrants. For Lori and Mike Lovaas, it happened to them 3 times. The family had a frightening morning on January 29, when police arrived at the front door of their Catonsville home, and it was all caught on doorbell video.
You have an arrest warrant for who?
Open the door.
Come through your door.
All right, 1 second. Sir, who is the arrest warrant for?
Open the door, or we're going to come through your door.
Did you get confirmation?
They called 911, but say they still could not get verification. Officers were at the door.
Terrified for my safety and then also just for my wife and my son's safety.
After opening the door, Mike Lovis learned the officers were part of a joint task force looking for a suspect, someone who doesn't live at their house. This was one of 3 police visits that started in December 2020, a month after the couple purchased their home. In February of last year, a state trooper came by, and then in January of this year, the task force members found online court records that show at one time prior to the couple's purchase, the suspect may have lived at the home.
Like, what can we do to make sure that this does not happen again? And he said, you can move.
I thought that was just completely and utterly unacceptable.
Hello? We're here to finalize the eviction.
It was posted a week ago.
It was posted last week.
A woman confronts Pasco County, Florida Sheriff's deputies through her Ring doorbell camera as they attempt to remove the lock to her front door. The deputies said they were serving an eviction, but after the confrontation continued, they realized they were at the wrong house.
At my house?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm pulling up on my bills. My dogs are inside here.
What is your name?
My name is Jennifer, and that is my house.
Jennifer, what's your last name, Jennifer?
Hey.
Oh, shit. What? Oh, damn, I think it's that one, isn't it?
Is this 4-7?
Yeah, I think.
This is 4-7.
This is 4-3. Huh? This is 4-3. Shit.
We're trying to think in our mind, what could we have possibly done for the FBI to be here?
During a multi-county drug sting that took place in the River Valley, FBI agents raided the wrong home in Fort Smith. The family had lived in the apartment just 4 months when they say police smashed the door in.
To hold her hands up above her head and to come outside, and then they told her to get on her knees, so she complied with them.
Officers met Tyrus at the front door and did not let him go outside. He says his wife was breaking down with fear. He began recording the incident.
Well, it's kind of a helpless feeling. What are you to do as a husband when you're being restrained and not able to console your wife?
Bell says the encounter lasted 25 minutes. The agents informed them that they had made a mistake and left. The FBI issued this statement saying, We certainly understand that encountering a full FBI SWAT team is an alarming and intense experience. As with all our operations, we will review this one to address any issues and ensure that improvements are made in the future. Bell says this situation could have been worse, leaving him speechless.
We're lucky to be alive.
Home Sweet Home took on a very different meaning for Jeff Logan and Misty Markham last Wednesday night at their house along 6th Street in Portsmouth. Logan says they were both sitting on the couch when they heard a pounding on the door and then someone yell, "Portsmouth police." The police, with weapons drawn, were responding to a burglary in progress call.
This is my house. I was like, there's no burglary. I was like, you can look at the pictures all over the walls.
They wouldn't listen to us until finally they came out that it was the wrong address, and then they just walked away. But it takes your peace of mind that those were the cops.
Whenever we get a call like that, that is protocol that you go in with your weapon out. Now, as far as what happened inside, we do not have video inside. It was an accident. My officers have been counseled on that. They have been told to verify if they're unsure of an address, and I do apologize to those subjects for having to endure that.
The house that they got the call for, they're there 10 times a week. I just don't understand how they could confuse the addresses. You know, they're a regular customer.
And last, but not least, this was almost a reverse situation. A bounty hunter was arrested after gathering a posse and mistakenly trying to raid the home of Phoenix's chief of police, officials said. Brent Farley, 43, and 10 others surrounded Chief Joseph Yonner's home, thinking they were cornering an Oklahoma fugitive wanted on a drug charge, the department said in a statement. Police said the bounty hunters were told they had the wrong address and were asked to leave numerous times. The department said Farley, who confronted the chief after banging on the door and demanding he come outside, was carrying a handgun at the time, as were several others. A video of the incident provided by police showed Chief Yonner, clad only in his underwear, stepping outside his home with a baton in his hand and approaching the bounty hunters. Phoenix police spokesman Trent Crump said there was no physical altercation. Crump said 8 of the individuals were men and the 3 others were women, including a relative of one of the men who was riding along and an 11-year-old girl who was wearing a toy gun belt. The bondsmen were working on behalf of 2 bond recovery companies, North Star Fugitive Recovery and Delta One Tactical Recovery, police said, and appeared to have acted on an unconfirmed tip on the suspect's location from social media. Farley was charged with disorderly conduct and criminal trespassing. Crump said additional charges against the 10 others were possible as well as for Farley, who is a felon.